Hello, my friends. Nice to see you. I am your tarot fairy godmother. I was going to say grandmother. I could be that too, but I like being the godmother better. I am your fairy godmother with my tarot cards, ready to do your readings for the Saturday Psychic Sampler. Thank you all so much for being here. This is my favorite live of the week because you can ask anything. And in fact, that's the rule. You need to ask a specific question. Thank you all so much for being here. I'm happy to see all of you today. Let's get right to it. Get your specific question in and make it juicy. Let's have some fun. The more specific you can be, the more specific I can be in your answer. First up, we see my friend Martha. Should I let an ex from 15 years ago stay in the house I'm hoping to sell sometime this year while she's getting herself together after a bad relationship? Man, there's reasons to, there's reasons not to. On an emotional level, I don't really have a problem with it. If you can come up with a situation where she is actually helpful to you, is she paying rent? Is she helping you get the house ready? I feel like it's not a bad deal for everybody, but you want to have very clear boundaries and very clear expectations. I asked for juicy and I got juicy, yes. So I'm not opposed to it. I'm really not. When we look at who this person is, she's not a person you'd want to have a relationship with. You've already been there, done that. But she's a decent human being, and I think she's relatively trustworthy in this way. So I feel like if you can come up with a way that this works for both of you, it's not a problem. It might actually help you get the house ready to sell. All right, Claire, what does the universe want me to know about a new business? How exciting. Let's take a look and see. If you love it and it doesn't feel too much like work, there are opportunities here. You got to love it, though. It's got to be in your heart. You got to be passionate about it. You could be very, very successful. It is a great idea. Okay, Melissa, so nice to see you. What should I focus on as I continue to learn the ropes of my new position? Congratulations. How are things going so far? You're moving forward and you're learning very, very well. You know, it helps that the person that you're replacing was not great at the job. I feel like you need to feel confident. You need to focus on your confidence. You need to ask a lot of questions. You need to include a lot of people. And you need to, with a certain employee, you need to show no weakness. So do not seem insecure in dealing with that person. And we know that person believes that had he applied, he would have gotten the job. He was never a contender, nor was his plant. You were always a good choice for this job, and everyone knows it. And so I think a lot of people are breathing a sigh of relief that you're in this position. I think this is well within your wheelhouse. And so just focus on stepping in and feeling comfortable and involving people and asking the questions you need to ask. I think it's going extraordinarily well. All right. Joanna, so nice to see you. Should I continue with this new meditation program? You know, I'm always a fan of meditation, but I feel like there's something about this program that may not be a good fit for you. So I'm not nixing meditation from your life, but maybe this particular program is not the right one for you. Karen, nice to see you. Will there be a cancellation that allows me to be seen for my leg problems sooner than the current schedule? Honestly, I would say be a good witch and manifest it. because it doesn't look like that will easily happen. But I feel like it would be ideal if that could happen. So do your best to manifest it. Neil, nice to see you. How are things going for the business? Honestly, in a lot of ways, I would say better. There are still some issues. There are some staffing issues. And there may be some issues with the overseeing governmental organization and also with some of the clients' families. But overall, things are going well. Clumsy clairvoyance. I've recently decided to start integrating shadow work into my spiritual tarot and meditational doings. I'm wondering if this will be overall beneficial. Yeah, honestly, I would say start to see this simply as a deeper level of healing that really belongs in all of these places. And just make it a part of the greater whole and let it be. Because all of these things, this has a place there. And it has an important place there. And the deeper meaning, the deeper work, the deeper healing for yourself and for the people you work with, well, everyone deserves that. So there's a part of me that says, I've got this shovel, and I wonder if I should dig a deeper hole with it. Heck yeah, dig the deep hole. And fill that hole with joy once it's dug. Samantha, will I be monetarily ready to move out on my own and be successful? Will I ever feel independent from the situation with my ex? Oh, heck yeah. Heck yeah. It's going to take a minute. And the thing is, your ex wants you to believe. This feels really abusive to me, quite frankly. Your ex wants you to believe that you can't do it, that you will never be ready, that you'll never be able. How can you? The ex really wants to belittle you and make you feel in their power and in their debt. You have to fight against that. There is some real emotional abuse going on here, in my opinion. And the more that you can recognize that is what it is, the more easily you can become free from it. Tarot reader, ASMR. Do I have to do this one in an ASMR voice? I'm not gonna. Okay, what are you transforming into? I think you are moving into greater creativity, greater business success, greater ability to pick and choose what you want and have the boundaries that you want. And all of that will transform you into greater ability to serve others and greater ability to have love in all of its forms within your life. Sayani, nice to see you. Is there anything going to happen with him? I feel he likes me. I do like him. Some light on this, please. All right. You're going to have to be patient. It'll take some doing, and there may be some stumbling blocks here. I think you have to move forward at this point. You have to move forward and see where this is going to go. There is real potential here. So be patient, give it time, and let's see where it goes. It's worth your time, though. Morgan, nice to see you. I'm starting a new small business and want to make the right decisions. Fair enough. So there are some areas you're going to have to compromise. Think about where you have to compromise, where you want to compromise. Be careful about that. Be very, very clear about what the scope and structure of your business is and who's involved in it. Are there employees? Are there business partners? Are there a bunch of people giving you advice? It's good to have help, but do not listen to advice that isn't appropriate, because a lot of people have a lot of advice and I don't think they really get what you're doing. So be careful about that. So a lot of clarity is what you need. Okay. May 570. How can I get past my perfectionism and fear for making art? Oh, what a beautiful question. I'm sorry you're going through this, but the fact that you can ask this question really indicates, your ability to get there. And I think you recognize how important this is, that if you can break through this, what can't you break through? This is not just about art, it's about your whole freaking life. And so this is really, really important. How do you do it? Ask your loved ones in spirit to help you. Recognize that this is a spiritual endeavor, and so you must do it from a spiritual perspective. And recognize that whatever you do will be perfectly whatever it is. So Tarot Reader ASMR was like, man, I wish you would show the cards. And when I do single card pulls, I do. But the thing is, for each question, we're doing like this. And so if I have to take time to explain where each of these cards are fitting in and why, I would only have time to read for one person. So I appreciate your asking for that. That's why I don't typically show the cards, because I am good at pulling it out fast, and talking about it takes a lot longer. So if you want, you folks can take a vote. Do you want that I show you the hand of cards, even if I don't show you every card or talk about it? If you do prefer that, I will absolutely do that. All right. So back to you, May, on that. Pull on the strength of the ancestors and recognize that the more afraid you are, the more valuable it is. There it is. Jay, I'm looking at sorting my financial and career paths this year. Is there anything I need to know about this journey? Yeah, think about where your anxiety fits into this. Think about what you have to leave behind. This could be incredibly significant, Jay, an incredibly significant change for you that could free you up from a whole bunch of stuff and could allow you to let go of some things that have been holding you back and hurting you for a long time. This is really about inviting success and wealth into your life. So just recognize how big this is and don't be afraid. Let go of your anxiety. All right. So, from my perspective, I have answered every question here. Regarding the way that I do these readings, the way I do specific questions, which is really what I do at the table when I do readings for people, professional readings. Tarot Reader says, I see, that's a cool way of reading. Never seen anyone do that before. It's part of my mushing technique, which we do talk about sometimes in our tarot meetups and also in some of the classes I do. So it is a technique that I teach, but it's very quick and very intuitive. And Clumsy Clairvoyant says, my vote is no. Your instincts are usually dead on. The faster you are and the more people you get to. Yeah, it's true. I really learned how to read in some very high-pressured environments where being quick was important. And so I like this environment in that I'm able to do that. Samantha, can I ask a tarot question for clarification? Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Okay, so last call for questions. I do want to remind you I am available for readings by phone, Skype, FaceTime, Messenger, Zoom. Just reach out. You can go to my website and schedule directly. tarotbychristiana.com is where you'll find me. If you have not subscribed to this, channel, please do, and please like this video. Samantha, how do I learn the process of finding my spirit or angel? Well, see, that's such an interesting thing because that requires a very specific belief set. That requires the belief set that you have one specific spirit guide or one specific angel. And then there's the whole question about belief set around angels. Like if you look at biblical angels, those are some fearsome beasts, right? And if you look at angels as we look at them from a more New Agey perspective, it's a whole different thing. So when we ask, and that's like typically if I do a meditation with a group, I sort of do this really wide inviting in of guides, angels, guardians, deities, ancestors to cover what everyone believes in, because we all use different names for it and we all see it in different ways. So I think the first thing you would need to do is figure out, what do you really believe to be true here? And what is the source of that belief? Where did that belief come from? And are you comfortable carrying that belief forward? Or do you want to play with that a little bit? From there, I would say, meditation and divination, those two things together really will help. However you see spirit around you really will help them speak to you. Now, if I were just to pull some cards on what I see around you in this way, or your ability to connect with them, I really feel like quieting yourself down and doing meditation and having a strong meditative practice will absolutely help. And as you do, invite in those who are there to serve you. Make sure you do protection and that you're very clear that you are only inviting in those who are there to serve you, those who are there for your highest and best good, and ask them to introduce themselves to you. You can also do dream work, do lucid dream work before you go to sleep at night. Invite them to come into your dreams. Samantha, you are not too early. Go ahead and reach out to me. Got a pen and a piece of paper? I'm going to give you my phone number. Text me and we'll schedule an appointment. Not at all too early. I'd love to see you. And this is true for anyone who would like to book an appointment with me in person in Palm City after June 4th, anytime on phone, Skype, FaceTime, Messenger, Zoom. In the greater Tampa area for a weekend in June. I'm there the 11th through the 14th. And I'm also going to be in Connecticut for a week in May and a couple weeks in July and August. So you ready? 561-655-1160. That's 561-655-1160. Text me there. We'll make your appointment. I want to thank you all so much for being here, for being part of my community here on YouTube. Please do like this video. Please do subscribe to this channel. We've got some interesting changes coming up on this channel very soon that I think you'll really enjoy. And make sure you join us this Monday, 9:30 a.m. for your 3-card weekly reading. If you celebrate Easter, have a great one tomorrow. If you're celebrating Passover, I wish you the best. Whatever we're celebrating, happy spring to all. So glad. We need springtime this year more than we've ever needed it before. So welcome that light into your hearts. Thank you all so much for being here. Take care.